Hey guys, and welcome back to Jay the One-Eye Gamer. Today we're going to talk about Fire Emblem Warriors, a game that I'm quite surprised I haven't talked about much on the channel because I'm a huge Fire Emblem fan and a huge Dynasty Warriors fan, as you guys know. So having the two come together is just like a dream come true for me. And I remember the night it was revealed last year during the Nintendo Direct, I remember watching it on my computer and talking to my friend Dragon Man and our other friend over PSN. And I remember I was kind of bored with the whole thing until they showed the teaser for Fire Emblem Warriors, and I remember it clearly. They had the balls showing up, and one had the Yamato, one had Siegfried, one had Ryoma's katana, the other had, I think, Chrom's falchion, and I was like, oh my god, I know what this is, oh my god. And then when the actual Fire Emblem itself, which is usually a shield, showed up, I just lost it because I was like, oh my god, this is the game, this is what I've wanted for, this has always been the game I wanted. Two of my favorite franchises coming together to make something awesome. I was beyond joyed with it. And later on, when they talked about how it was going to be Fates, Awakening, and Shadow Dragon, I was still kind of hyped because I was like, okay, you know, I have some characters from those franchises that I like and that I hope could make it in. And as the reveals went on, I kind of lost a little more hype because when it came to Fate, they went insanely safe because I kind of figured they were going to give us the royal siblings after Ryoma and Xander were both showed up. I was not surprised that Camilla, Takumi, Honoka, Leo, Sakura, and Elise were going to make it in. I had no doubt in my mind that they were a safe bet. Awakening, I knew Chrom, Lucinia, Robin were definitely going to make it in. I was surprised to see that Lissa and Frederick made it in as opposed to like Tharja and some other characters. I'm surprised only one of the child characters made it in, but I can understand why most of them are like sword wielders. But then we went to then we got Shadow Dragon. And Shadow Dragon, it was like, okay, that's our old school Fire Emblem. You're going to show us old school fans some love. As of TGS now, since it just wrapped up, Shadow Dragon got the raw end of the stick in this. Like the other characters, I think Fate has 10 and Awakening has 9 characters, but Shadow Dragon only has 3 representatives as of right now, and that's Marth, Shaida, and Tiki. And I was like, are you serious? I'm not gonna lie, I watched the Tecmo Koei stream and I was honestly disappointed in how Tiki played. I was like, I thought there was going to be like a mixture of more dragon elements. Like, you know, I understand she gets her wings at one point, but I thought she was going to have like a dragon tail turn around when she swipes or something, not just throwing rocks. Like, I thought it was going to be more like a mixture of like her and her dragon form instead of just going into an awakening form to turn into the dragon, which I'm okay with. I am, but to me it just seems weird that they didn't take that opportunity like they did with Corrin. Like, some of Corrin's attacks are fused with dragon elements, and I think that would have been cool to implement to Tiki, but that's not my call, and I think that would have been awesome. I think if they added any Lagoos from Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn, that would be a great thing, would to have like Knises, king of the beast Lagoos, be able to like punch and then during a charge like have his lion claw come out and do an uppercut or something like that, like, you know, stuff that gets you hyped. Then we find out that most of the roster has already been revealed. Shadow Dragon has only 3 characters. Anna is probably going to be like in original category characters because she's probably not going to be any specific Anna. We did see Navarre in a cutscene, but he hasn't been mentioned, and at this point we don't know if he's actually going to be a playable character or if he's just going to be a recruitable NPC. I don't know. We know that the main villain from Awakening is in the game, but he's most likely going to be an NPC as well, so there's that. I just feel like I still want to play this game. I think I've still got some hype left for it. I'm definitely going to play it, put some stuff on the channel, because I really do love Fire Emblem, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to like this game. But it's like, with the character choices, I felt like they're just a little too safe. I wish they could have done more, because as of right now we don't have a knight representative, we don't have a warrior representative, we don't have a hero representative, we don't have a berserker representative, and we don't have a dark mage representative. You know, some of those classes, and that's not even including like nomads and mounted archers and other units too. I can understand that some of those mesh together, but it just feels weird not having all of the classes represented in some fashion. Like, I thought if there wasn't going to be any knights from like Awakening or Fates, maybe, you know, Shadow Dragon, because I know Shadow Dragon's got a couple well-known like knights slash generals, and I thought that was going to happen. I thought they were going to announce Ogma, and I would have been fine if he was the only like hero representator, but I feel like we lost that out to like getting Celica and Lyn, which, don't get me wrong, I'm glad that both of them are in the game. I really am. I like Shadows of Valentia. Yeah, I love going back to an old school Fire Emblem. I love Lyn, not as much as I love Hector, and I've made that clear, but if I couldn't get Hector, I'm fine with Lyn from that game. What I'm trying to get at is I'm still kind of hyped for the game. I'm just a little upset that Shadow Dragon doesn't get the same love love that the other two are getting. The other two have almost like 11 to 12 characters on their own, and Shadow Dragon falls behind with like a measly 3, maybe 4 if they do give Navarra. And I'm just like, that's kind of a little unfair, don't you think? Shouldn't Shadow Dragon have somewhat of an equal representation? Like, if Fates has 11 and Awakening has like 10 or 9, Shadow Dragon get at least like 6 characters or 7 characters to kind of make it an even balance. But I don't know the character process. I don't know who they picked. I don't know who they were going to pick. As of right now, we've also got a confirmation that there's going to be DLC packs, which we all knew was going to happen. But I didn't think the DLC packs were going to be like this. I didn't think any of us were going to think the DLC packs were going to be just add-ons from the 3 main titles. We thought they were going to be, add-ons from other series to add other characters in. But I'll run down what's going to happen. The first DLC pack we're going to get at the end of 2017 is for Fates. It's going to be an add-on to Fates. They say the add-ons are going to include multiple playable characters and weapons, so that's good. Maybe that means in Fates, hopefully we'll get more Hoshiden characters, Noir characters, and maybe we'll get some of those characters that are in the middle, the people that follow Corrin on all his routes. I would personally love it if they added any of the ninjas from Fates. Kaz, Suzuki, I can't remember the girl ninja, but she was one of my favorites. But I wish we would get some of those to like spice things up, but I don't think we will. I think we'll just get more paladins, maybe a knight, some more magic users. That's my guess. I don't know about the weapons because I don't think they've really talked about how that's going to work entirely. Then after that, in the winter of 2018, so probably around January, February, I'm going to say, we're going to get a Shadow Dragons add-on. And I think at that point, that's going to give Shadow Dragons the extra characters it probably should have in the form of maybe Ogma, maybe Navarre as a playable character, and other things. They might even add the villains as playable characters at this point. It's unknown, but I think that's a pretty safe bet. I just hope the Shadow Dragon one gives us enough characters to come a little closer to matching the Fates or the Awakening cast. I just want some older love for the older Fire Emblems. After that, the last one we're going to get is in spring. I'm going to assume April or May, probably for this one, and it's going to be the Awakening pack. And I think the Awakening pack is going to have all the fan favorites that we didn't get at the start, like Tharja, Ronku, probably some of the children characters if they don't end up in Fates. So I think that's their goodwill to us. By the end, by at least mid to early 2018, we'll have all of those. What I really want though is if this does well, I don't want them to make an Extreme Legends version. I really don't, because I wouldn't want to have to buy a second version of the game unless it's going to have Hector. But bringing that up to the point, if they're going to do more DLC after this, I'd rather than they pick 3 other franchises that aren't these. Like, maybe give us Lynn's franchise, Blazing Sword, have Hector, Ellawood, Nurgle, maybe one of the Black Fangs come in. I don't know, maybe Hawkeye or Pent, have one of them show up. Then also have an Ike campaign. Like, people love Ike. I'm surprised he's not in it. Have his be Radiant Dawn and Path of Radiance, and then maybe bring him, Micaiah, Soth, some of the Laguz Kings in there. I think that would be great. I think people would love that. And then I would say for a last one, Shadows of Valentia. They could do a Shadows of Valentia DLC where you get Alm, other characters from that route, because I feel like that would be a good call. But I think that's not going to be revealed or talked about until after the last DLC pack, which I think is going to be April and May. And then they'll probably give us like a month to E3. E3, they'll probably tell us they're going to make another, DLC patch for characters, and it's going to be these guys, and they're going to show up at this time frame. All in all, guys, I'm sorry that this video probably has no consistency or it sounds like rambling, and I understand. It's just, I'm very passionate about these 2 franchises. I love Dynasty Warriors and I love Fire Emblems. They were a big part of my childhood, and the fact that these 2 are together in a way that I've always wanted them to be, it just makes me happy. And I just want this game to do good, and I want it to sell well, because if it does well and the DLC does do well, that means we could get a like Fire Emblem Warriors 2, and then that could just solve all the other problems. That could give us more characters, other things from other franchises of that, like Grenadia the Holy War, all of those other old Fire Emblems. To me, it's just, this could be a gateway to something bigger. That's all I wanted to say. I just want to give my thoughts and opinions on Fire Emblem Warriors, because I am going to make content for the channel around it, and I am still hyped about this, a little more hyped than I am in Dynasty Warriors 9, given the most current information we've been given. I don't want it to be like negative videos. I don't want my channel to be filled with like negative videos about these topics. I still want to keep up hype. I still want to keep hope alive, and I want these games to do the best that they possibly can, and I want us to come together in like a community setting and just like talk it out. If someone says something you don't agree with, don't like just trash them in the comments. Have a legit conversation, and we can try and figure this out, because that's all I really want, is for us to just like sit down, talk, have a great discussion, find out how we can make this better, and then hopefully Koei would take notice of that. But again, I'm sorry, this sounds like rambling, and I do apologize for that. I don't really write scripts for these. I just, ad lib. So again, I'm sorry that this sounds sounds like rambling, this is going to be the end of the video. Please, as always, leave comments exactly what you think, who you think should be added. Do you think if this does well, we'll get a second game? Do you think they might do an Extreme Legends? I don't know. If you want to get in contact with me and you don't want to leave a comment, you can hit up my Twitter. It will be at the bottom in the description, so you can hit me up there. Share these videos around. It really helps out the channel. You could also give a thumbs up. That helps the video out. You could also subscribe if you want. If you don't feel like it, that's perfectly fine. But if you still like my content, you could click that bell button. It lets you know when my videos will go up, so you don't have to guess when they're going to go up. And yeah, I think that's about it. So again, thank you for watching, guys. It really does mean a lot to me that you take time out of the day to watch these, and it makes me feel good knowing that people like to watch my videos, and it makes it all a little worth better, and it helps me realize that maybe we can still keep the hype for these games. On that note, guys, I want you all to have a great day, and remember, let's rock.